Welcome to Wisdom Talk Radio, a collaborative community of explorers in conscious living. If you've heard the term Qigong before, and probably if I know you, many of you have, you may think of it as another form of slow martial arts. But as practiced in Wisdom Healing Qigong, it's actually a 5,000-year-old Chinese healing system that has significant implications for those that fear contracting COVID-19, those that are suffering from it, and really for anyone who is dealing with physical illness or emotional pain in North America today. The man who established this potent form of wisdom healing Qigong in America is with us today, and I'm really excited about this today, Master Mingtong Gu. His wisdom teaching I have found is profound, extending far beyond our physical perceptions. I'm Laurie Seymour, host of Wisdom Talk Radio and CEO and founder of the Baca Institute. Head there to discover your creative innovator quiz. To discover your creative advantage by taking the creative innovator quiz. Get my creatives and advantages mixed up there. Find out your personal creative innovator style so that you can open your creative flow and make everything easier. Optimize your ability to create more in less time while enjoying every minute. Master Mingtong Gu brought a profound 5,000-year-old form of Chinese healing to the West in the form of wisdom healing Qigong, and is bringing it forward as a vital practice, especially in this time of COVID-19. Master Mingtong dedicates his life to advancing this practice of Qigong and to the Qi Center outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico, founded to bring wisdom healing Qigong to thousands of people in the United States, China, and Europe. And he's been doing this live in New Mexico for a very long time, but he's also now offering this virtually. We'll talk about that later, but I want to welcome you, Master Mingtong Gu. I am delighted to be with you today.
Thank you, Laurie. I'm so happy and delighted to share with you, all the audience. Thank you all for showing up. And especially, this is wisdom radio, so wisdom talk. And what we're sharing from my experience is wisdom healing Qigong. So we're going to not only share what that means, but also the experience and the benefit and how we can make a new choice wisely and more healing way. So yes. I'm delighted to be here with you all.
Thank you. I feel like we need to start somewhere because I have so many things, frankly, that I want to ask you or want to talk to. But maybe we should just start with something basic, if I can call it that, is what is wisdom healing Qigong?
Yeah, it's a good place to start. So first of all, Qi means life energy. When people ask me, what is Qi, I ask back, what is not Qi? So it's a recognition, everything is made of Qi, made of energy. So from the ancient tradition, wisdom tradition, the people realize that truth. Everything is made of energy. Not only there's a physical existence which is made of energy, but also there's a spiritual existence of invisible creative energy of the universe. And now also it's validated by the science, especially quantum physics, and realizing the whole universe is only 4% is physical. The rest, 96%, is non-physical, invisible, even beyond, scientific measurement. And yet this is the creative force. So it doesn't matter what you call it. In Chinese tradition, we call Qi. But the recognition of this creative energy is the beginning of the Qigong practice. So Gong means practice, means cultivation, also means your capacity to work with energy directly. So on one hand, we are living with energy, but most of us are not conscious of that fact. We may talk about energy, but how do you live with energy, cultivating with energy, consciously, wisely? That is the difference. That is the Qigong practice. Allow you to access your power, your capacity, your wisdom, your healing benefit of life. So that's summarize what Wisdom Healing Qigong is. You're accessing your internal wisdom and creating the healing benefit. We're going to talk about what that means, what is healing, beyond just problem solving, beyond just fixing, your disease, your symptoms.
Yeah, and I'm more interested in the what's beyond the healing.
Exactly, yeah. So wisdom, healing, and Qigong. That's
so it
the
sounds
summary.
like we could say, what is not Qigong?
Right. Well, yes and no, because the difference is you have to learn to consciously work with energy.
Yes.
If you're not conscious of it, the energy is still there, but you're just blind to it.
Yes.
You're not aware of it. So that does not qualify a Qigong way of life. That's the huge difference.
That's
it's
a huge
subtle difference, but profound difference.
Yes. And now I'm recognizing even more why I knew I wanted to do this with you. Have this conversation. Because, truly, because everything is energy and everything is about how do we cultivate that? How do we work with that? How do we learn how to be with it, to live in harmony with that, what I speak to as co-creative intelligence?
Absolutely. I think we are on the same page. Even our language might be slightly different, our process might be different a little bit, but really the common, let's say essence is really we are activating our potential. It's about, full potential as a human being, but how to access that? The Qigong way is really accessing the energy, which encompassing not only your mental creativity, but also your emotional capacity, as well your physical capacity. So, and deeply recognizing all these three layers, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, is inseparable as an energy system. So some modality may focus on more just the physical. Some modality may focus on, just the mental. Some modality focus on emotional, for example, psychotherapy and so on, different process, emotional freedom technique and so on, more focus on the emotional aspect. So they're all good, all beneficial. I think the uniqueness of Wisdom Healing Qigong is we take them all as one piece. You have to address everything. When you're working with energy, on one hand, you're recognizing everything is made of energy. On the other hand, you recognize you have to address everything directly. So on one hand, it's kind of complex, energy encompassing everything. But on the other hand, it's simple. It's simple, the simplicity. And that is one of the quality of wisdom, the simplicity. So, when we engaging with problem solving, especially right now, we're facing so much problems.
Yes.
In the personal level and collective level, in the health level, in the social structure, political structure, environmental structure, in all relationship. It's like all the problem we know it's there. And the list goes on,
Exactly.
And you're trying to solve all the problem, suddenly realizing it's impossible. Truly, I can say it's impossible if you look at it intellectually. And hopefully some of us realizing that actually that is one step, progress. You're realizing it's impossible trying to mentally solve all the problem without addressing the deeper issue, the deeper cause.
So talk a little bit about that addressing the deeper cause, because when you and I were talking last time, we talked about the challenges. There have been challenges throughout human history. And you said something about, how can we connect with that deep need, which you're talking about right now, that's showing up.
Yeah. So when we working with energy and we get into the simplicity directly, when you go into your body, recognizing the energy comes in your physical, biological body, as well your heart, emotional body, as well your brain, your mental energy body. And so realizing there's only two patterns in your energy system. One pattern is when the energy contract and all function of physical, emotional, mental, even spiritual is limited, compromised, out of balance, so on. And same time, if you can open in the energy again, allow the energy to flow again, connecting with the entire energy system again, then all function returning to optimum state. In the gradual process, you're experiencing the improvement. The energy start to function better in your system, directly affecting your physical health, emotional well-being, as well your mental capacity, including creativity, including the vision of life. And so that is the simplicity. So the paradigm here, the methodology I'm sharing with you is so simple. Mm-hmm. So without analyzing the story is so complex.
Yes.
When people ask me, what is the cause of my disease? Mm-hmm. And my answer is simply, it's the same cause for suffering of your life. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter what is your problem is. The health problem, other problem is inseparable, is interconnected. Yes. You cannot really say, that's the cause of my health problem, then different cause for my relationship problem, for my job problem. Absolutely. No, it's the same cause, my dear. So, but if you want to know what is the true cause, my answer is simple. It's everything. It's everything in your life. Everything in your life. Your whole history. Everything
that has been out of balance?
No, I'm going to go further. So everything you have experienced since childhood, even before your birth, if you want to go further. So, and what food you eat, what kind of relationship you have had, trauma or fulfillment, what kind of genetic inheritance of your family, what kind of experience you had in your living environment, cultural environment, social environment. All that is affecting you. How could it not? How could it not? Right. So basically, your own existence of this moment, including all function of physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, is the result of a cumulative energy experience of your life, your history, everything. So, but the next thing become more interesting, okay? Once you recognize everything, then you feel, oh my God, that's overwhelming. That is like, I cannot, recognizing what happened in the past cannot be changed.
Yeah.
And what is happening right now, I would say more than 90% in the large scale cannot be beyond your control. So you may thinking, I'm the victim of my past. I'm a victim of, the greater force right now. So that is like the mistake we have. On one hand, that is true. You are the result of your past. You are the result of the big existence. But another deeper truth is, you are the master of your own energy. You cannot change the past, but you can change your energy pattern inside of you. You can make a new choice how to respond to life, what's happening right now, especially in pandemic, especially in the circumstance beyond your control. You can turn inwardly, controlling your own mind, controlling your own heart, controlling your own energy system. And from there, you're changing your whole life, including your health. So the paradigm is simple. It's basically more energy flow, more health. More energy flow, more happiness, because your heart, the energy of your heart more flowing, more opening, you naturally feel more happiness. More energy flow, more creativity, including enhancement function of your brain and the creative, creativity power of your mind start to, connecting with the creative energy of the universe. So that's the simplicity, and that's also the empowerment.
And that's a very, very big picture.
Yeah, big picture, but simple. It's like, okay, everything is the cause of my disease. Everything is the cause of my suffering, but I'm the cause of my healing. I'm the master of my own life.
I am the master of my own life. Yeah.
You're not a master of other people's life.
No, when you start to try and control somebody else.
Differentiate. That's what we've been trying to do. Controlling others, mastering this, power, mastering this, win this, powering over that, Even the idea of, I'm here to change the world. I say, good luck.
Yeah, that's not
change
simple.
yourself. Until you change yourself. So, it's like we're missing the target. You have been missing the target until we go inwardly. So I may say, that's the second quality of wisdom, is learning to control what you can control, which is internal. Learning to letting go of control which cannot be controlled or changed, including your past, including what's happening right now, such as pandemic, such as environmental disaster, and other things happening, is the consequence of the past to begin with.
Yeah.
It's not something happening just overnight. We've been participating in this collective cause, even most time without knowing. So then as a result, things falling apart now. The question we ask is, what we can learn from that? In order to learn that, we have to go internally. What are you asking these deeper questions? What is truly important? Even beyond asking the question, what is true, what is not true? We've been asking the wrong question. What is true or not? What is right or not? What do you, should or shouldn't? Can or cannot?
Yes. The wisdom in asking the right questions.
Yeah, this not beneficial question, really. Most of the time, we're stuck with these questions, become more stressed, more confused, more limited, more depressed even.
So could that be then I'm thinking a clue for someone, when they're asking questions and they're getting more depressed, more stuck,
Yeah.
Maybe they're the wrong questions.
Absolutely, right on. So the simple question I want to invite in, audience to, ask yourself is, what is most important for you? For you. Don't think about for other people, some assuming a condition of others. For you, starting with yourself, what is most important for you? Yeah. The next question is, what is most nourishing, life nourishing for you? And naturally, you're realizing how important health is for you. For example, this powerful saying by His Holiness Dalai Lama when he was asked, what is the most challenging problem the modern civilization is facing? He says something like, I'm paraphrasing it, is people work so hard to earn money, then sacrifice their health. Then you spend all money trying to gain your health back. And he said much more, but that's the beginning sentence.
Right.
And I think that's the important, powerful.
And underneath that then is that question of
Yeah.
what is most nourishing for you?
Yeah, what is most nourishing, life nourishing? Then the next question is, what you can do, what's in your control. As I said, in starting internal, your own energy system, your own mind, body, heart, spirit, your own responding way, your way of responding to life, your own choice in your own life. At the same time, is letting go of unnecessary stress, or even cultivating, surrendering yourself, surrender. The big picture of life, which is beyond your control.
And I'm struck with that because as you begin to do that, as you begin to let go of those controls of outside things, you go inside, you do cultivate, you come to know more about what's possible for you.
Absolutely. You discover new option.
Yeah.
You discover new creativity. Exactly, your new creativity. So right now, on one hand, both are true. Yes, on one hand, is like we're experiencing so much depression collectively as a consequence of all the problems, all the stress, all even the mental stress trying to figure out all solution, and then realizing there's no solution. So as a consequence, then you feel depressed. It's like, how could it not be depressed, right?
What other option is there?
Right, exactly. But if you go to your heart, go to your energy body, then you discover new wisdom, deeper wisdom, new creativity, deeper creativity inside of you. And this question we just shared can help you to open the doorway to new insight, new creativity. But deeply, it's about new connection. You're connecting with yourself. What do you have already?
Not connecting with yourself.
Instead of disconnecting from your own power, your own essence, your own creativity, and searching for something else, or depending on something else, or complaining about something else. That's what we've been kind of doing, unfortunately.
Yes.
Power, going inwardly, connecting with your heart, discovering the inner wisdom. So you have to go beyond mental response to these questions. It's not about finding the perfect intellectual answer. You have to letting go of the intellectual process. The feeling. How do you feel? Like this question allow you to access the heart. What is important, most important in your life? You have to connect with your heart, feeling what is most important every day. And what is truly nourishing? The heart is no much more than this intellectual mind. The mind jump into what is right, wrong, good, bad, true or not. Yeah, all that's black and white dualistic thinking.
Yes.
Even either, then as a result, what has been happening, I think that is another most powerful, challenging pattern we're experiencing. Probably the most challenging pattern is, as a result, fight, flight. Fight, flight. Fighting it, yeah. Whatever problem you're thinking, I have to fight this problem. I have to, finding a solution now. Yeah. Then another is flight. Yeah. Run away from it. Or another pattern is freeze. You freeze up.
It's part of the same.
You freeze up. Basically, it's the same pattern of fear. So you may starting with this mental analysis, then you get into this energy pattern of fight, flight, and freeze. It become an emotional pattern in your body.
So I've been thinking today, I've been writing today about boundaries, and the me and the not me, and the things that people get confused about. Well, I think I think this way, but I don't know, because my boundaries have been so porous that I can't sometimes tell what I think or what I want and what someone else wants. And so I am hearing so much about what you're saying in relationship to that, and that starting to come back home. To that energy body, what I call the feeling body. You're calling the energy body. I really relate to that.
So
how do you do that?
It's more like you focus on coming back and centering yourself first, discovering your own inner center yourself first. So from the center, then you can navigate your boundary more effectively.
Yes.
You cannot predetermine your boundary one way or another. Life doesn't work that way. Every day can be different. Every relationship can be different. But as long as you can center yourself, then from that center, you can function much better with whatever boundary you're holding, or without boundary, in the times you don't want to have any boundary. So the time you need a boundary. But as long as you have a center, then you can function much more effectively.
You've got a place to start from.
Exactly.
And come back to.
Yeah, exactly. So then you have the freedom, exactly, from the center. You can, define your boundary, small or big, with the flexibility. So it's not rigid anymore. Yeah. So the fear, one of the expressions of the fear is this rigid definition. What it shouldn't be. You hold on to, you think what is most true for you, You're realizing the next supplies of life show up requires you a new boundary.
Exactly.
New definition of your boundary,
And a new way to relate to yourself too.
Yeah. So in Qigong, come back to your question again, is you not only come back to your body continuously in your practice, developing not only awareness, but internal connection. You go to different part of your body, including these energy centers, such as the dantian inside your navel, your solar plexus, and inside of your rib cage, and that's the center of your emotional body. Then the center in your energy brain, and that's the center of your mental body, so to speak. So when you identify this center, feel empowered in this energy center, then naturally the three energy body we call physical energy body, emotional energy body, as well the mental, spiritual energy body can be very centered, grounded, and also integrated. In general, more stable. So instead of being shaky, if it's shaky, then easily be affected by the external energy forces, whether you identify positive or negative. So is when you center, grounded, then you can be stable on your own. So then, in a sense, you can naturally, intuitively, operating whatever boundary you need, or even, opening to the new boundary or no boundary. So the center is one of the key practice, yeah. But it's about embodiment. You have to come back again. So it's not an abstract center. It's tangible experience inside of your body.
Yeah. That's what's so different, when we're talking about something like this, is that this is not theory.
Absolutely.
How to come home to what you can experience and then report and not report, you can understand from your own personal direct experience, not because someone has told you or because you read it in a book.
Yeah, even, receiving knowledge is good, but you have to validate through your direct experiences. And also, differentiating, between knowledge and the wisdom. And that is come to, the simplicity. There's a beautiful quote by Lao Tzu, is if you want to attain knowledge, you add more every day. If you want to realize wisdom, you want to take away every day. Until you come to the simplicity. What is the most simple? What is the core? Just even we asking these 3 questions allow you heading toward the right direction.
And it's interesting because we use the term getting to the heart of the matter.
Right.
And that's what this really is getting to the heart.
Yeah. And the heart is inside of you, by the way. So often we talk about heart of the matter. We are 1,000 miles away from our body already.
Exactly.
So I want to really bring us back. What we mean is everything is happening in your energy system, including when we say heart, is the energy of your heart.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the
when we say the center
organ, it's that
tangibly inside of you. Yeah.
So how do we step up to this next upgrade of humanity? I do feel like we are being called so strongly in this time to step up, and it's like our operating systems are being upgraded. How do we do that? How do we make that that connection?
Yeah, so I think most of us, especially if you're listening to this interview, you're open-minded enough already, you're inspired enough already, you feel the deeper calling to make a difference already. And simply put it, one way to put it is outputting a 3 aspect, and not just share, what is true, but what is doable. What is doable? How? So the truth is, I think it's a universal truth we all know. If we operating ourselves, then your operating system, if it's based on more love, more compassion, more awareness, more creativity as well, then we can upgrading our life, personal life as well, collective humanity life, as well, what's happening on the planet Earth. So that is always true. I think deeply we know that. But same time recognizing our whole operating system is based on fear, based on fight, flight, and freeze, based on consummation, based on winning, based on difference, based on basically the suffering of the history. Our suffering of the history continue compare us to responding to life, in this place of, all these expression. Right now, everything is activated, including, malfunction of our immune system, malfunction of economy, malfunction of the political system, malfunction of cultural relationship, country relationship, malfunctioning of the environment. It's all based on this old pattern of fear, fight, flight, and freeze. So the new paradigm, we have to change in this old paradigm, awakening to more love, more compassion, more creativity. And so how to do that? That's the next question I want to ask. So it's not simply, it's easy to say, it's easy to recognize this is true.
Yes.
That's one step further. But how to do that effectively in the midst of feeling fear, midst of feeling fight, flight, and freeze, midst of all stress, all these, and crisis we're experiencing. That's the deepest question.
Yes.
You cannot say expecting yourself, next day I wake up, with all love, all compassion, all creativity.
Of course.
This is a mental assumption.
Yeah.
It's a mental approach. Yeah. So talk about is not enough. And the next step is doing the practice. So in the Wisdom Healing Qigong, the process is very simple. And, we do 3 kinds of practice. One is movement to open the energy flow, to release the stress, physical stress. Yeah, also release the mental stress. So when the mind connecting with your body, you're able to come back to your home, relaxing or taking vacation in the beginning from these stressful news, stressful information, even stressful history of yourself, stressful worry of the future, things like that. So you become more present. Yeah, the body is all about present, now. Everything is now. So when the mind connecting with your body, suddenly you become naturally more present. And the second kind of practice is sound, vibration. Allow you to access the energy of your 5 organ system, the energy of your brain, the energy of your mental body. So by doing that, you're accessing the deeper dimension of your energy body, including the emotional dimension, also mental dimension. So the sound is a vibration. The vibration is awakening energy, but also opening the energy. So, and then the third kind of practice is basically meditation, including mindfulness meditation, cultivating awareness, and become more present. But also you can using other techniques such as visualization to work with the energy existence, working with a new vision, your new creativity. I think visualization is a very powerful tool for awakening your creativity. It's like beyond what you're experiencing as a limitation, what you can, envisioning, you're visualizing what you want to create first before, realizing it. Then you repeating that vision again and again, you're activating the energy of creativity. Then your choice start aligning with this new vision. Then things start happen more effectively, more aligned in a tangible, but also in a very invisible way also. So that is like 3 kind of practice: movement, sound, meditation, allow you to access your energy body. On one hand is changing the contracted energy pattern, including the fearful pattern in your 5 organ system. But same time, you're opening to a new pattern, a more effective pattern, like more flow, more wholeness, more alignment of physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, more connection deeply with yourself, even with your essence. Then more connection naturally happen with Earth, with the universe, with the invisible energy as well. So that is the process I'm describing for you to make substantial difference. And the beauty is these practices is so simple, so accessible. That means everyone can do it. Yeah. And same time, it's so beneficial for everyone, no matter what is your goal, no matter what is the challenge you have. So we come back to the idea of healing. What is healing? Healing means the continuous improvement, continuous awakening of the energetic capacity inside of you in all levels, physical, as well emotional, as well mental, spiritual. So it's really about living with full potential as a human being. But that's everyday experience.
That is an everyday experience.
Yeah, you're kind of improving
Not talking about
today.
something out there.
That's right. It's not like, oh, you do this checklist, then you'll have a superpower, become superhuman, then you realize your ultimate
You're a
dream.
realized human being.
Right. It's like, this is so mental thinking.
Yes.
It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
It's about today.
Yeah.
Yeah. You improve from yesterday. So
And you
naturally,
realize more of your own potential.
Naturally you can improve tomorrow. Tomorrow, you have to be patient. You don't want to accomplish everything today for tomorrow. Then what's left to live with?
Yeah.
So that's another saying.
And that's it is simple. It is simple and it's profound.
It's durable.
And it's doable.
It's durable.
So can you share, before we go, I'd love for you to share a little with our listeners about how to connect with you, about your online classes. I can't wait, frankly, for the ability to travel, because I can, drive down to where you are. Between Denver and Santa Fe, it's not that far, and come to the Cheese Center. But tell us a little bit about what's available right now.
Yeah, I know when that happens, will be more exciting than any other time when we can be together in person again. Just think about sharing the magic of the land here, the incredible energy here, getting me really excited. But on the other hand, knowing the uncertainty, we don't know when we can be in person yet. We have to continuously living, even in the business level, we're planning only like 1 month at a time, 1 week at a time, and help us, become more present. We're also learning to letting go of whatever, big plan we had, So it's a good lesson we're learning. And but for time being, we have been able to, share so much, even more so than other times, as I shared with you in the beginning before we started the interview. All the online program, we're doing like a lot of free program, then a lot of paid program, then also including retreat, and the ongoing program happening twice a week, Tuesday and Saturday, and including free, including more committed program, and also then we have a retreat happening, and Wednesday every 2 months online. Then also we have other resources available, like ongoing training program. We were familiar with evergreen programs, so you can access, anytime on your own timing. But it's very progressive, very systematic, very experiential, very accessible. And you can feel the benefit right away. I think that's the beauty of the Qigong. It's, a lot of mental process. You have like 10 ways to accomplish this. Then you have a checklist. Once you finish these 10 things, then you're expecting certain result. But by the time you finish the 10th thing, you'll be very old, by the way. Trust me on that. It's like, in Qigong, it's like, okay, you do this movement, you do this sound, you can do the meditation every day. Then by doing it, you start to feel more energy, feel more aliveness, more empowerment, more creativity, more sense of well-being, more conscious response to life. You sense of more control of yourself, master of yourself, right away, every day. Right. Yeah, without, waiting for someone else, without waiting for something else to happen. And that is the beauty of that,
It's that self-mastery.
Yeah, self-mastery.
I teach and I resonate with very much.
Yeah. So the internet is truly a gift now. Oh my God, it's like the first time in human history. Now it's possible for us not only sharing these knowledges, not just information, but sharing the experience, but also doing the practice together and feel a sense of community. And that is so needed right now when we're feeling, locking down at home, feeling isolation, feeling, depletion or even depression. So the energy connection through the internet with the community has been profoundly beneficial, profoundly effective, profound surprise gift. And that's something I'm very, aware and consciously cultivating. So all the information is available. I will share with the 2 places you can receive, what can be beneficial for you. One is called ancienthealingsecrets.com, and that's including ebook, a lot of good information, but more importantly, guided practice of video you can access on your own time to strengthen your energy system, including enhancing your immune system. And then another resource is qicenter.com, qicenter.com, where you can discover other programs, as I mentioned, including free Qigong meditation twice a week.
Okay. Well, I will put all those in the show notes as well, so that people can have those, both having heard that and then can find that in the show notes. Thank you so much, Master Mingtong Gu. I really deeply appreciate your wisdom, but your ease and grace in the way that you speak about it all and share it with us. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure. I really appreciate this opportunity and really appreciate what you do, and especially working with our leaders, entrepreneurs, and again, in order to have a positive impact in the world, whichever way you want to envision, we have to start in with ourselves, impacting internal, feel the impact of internal life, internal mastery, internal power, internal clarity of the vision, based on life. What is life? What is most nourishing? What is most effective? Instead of just what is most, profitable. I think that is really destroying the world right now, destroying our health, destroying our relationship. So,
well, we're going for the other.
Yeah,
Going for
at least, expanding from profit to impact. And even from impact to even deeper internal transformation. You cannot, have any impact without experiencing the transformation, internal transformation.
Yes. Thank you again so very much.
My pleasure.
Thank you. And thank you to our listeners for being with us today at Wisdom Talk Radio. Join us here regularly for more wisdom, discovery, and illumination. Remember that you can find us on your favorite place to listen to podcasts. And if you've enjoyed listening today, please leave us a review. Support us, because that helps more people find the wisdom and access that, and to be able to transform not only themselves, but through themselves, transform the world. And for more about fast-tracking your ideas to creation and revenue, find me, Laurie Seymour, over at the BacaInstitute.com. See, I'm substituting all sorts of things here today. See you next time.
Thanks for joining us here at Wisdom Talk Radio. We wish you well in your conscious explorations. For more information and to join in the conversation, our website is wisdomtalkradio.com or at Wisdom Talk Radio on Facebook.